the period drama Emma. All right, everyone. We're talking Emma 2020 today. We're here joined by Todd, Margot,
hello,
and of course, native period drama stan Turtle.
You know we love to see it. Thank you.
Yeah. As a period drama lover, even though Turtle, numerous times I tell Turtle, I'm like, oh, it would be cool if you saw this movie in the theater. I wasn't even gonna watch Emma, and I feel like it was even 3 days before Emma came out. Turtle was like, "Hey, are we doing a review for Emma? Because I've already seen it somehow," which was great.
I'm British.
No, I know. You actually get free tickets in England to any period drama.
Handsome out.
Yeah. But we'll get right into it. Turtle, I'll let you go first. Just general thoughts on Emma. We can go more into spoilers after. I didn't anticipate Emma spoilers, but if there are any, we might. But Turtle, what did you think of this film?
I think it's generally a really solid adaptation of Emma. There weren't, to be honest, that many surprises, but I'm more interested to hear about what people that aren't familiar with the story thought about it. I think it was funny. It was surprisingly funny, and it was incredibly well acted by Anya Taylor-Joy. I think it was just cartoonishly great, and it made the kind of drama of Austen much more dramatic and much more out there, which I loved.
Of course, yeah, nice. Todd, just curious, have you read Emma by chance?
In high school, so that was a very long time ago. So yeah, but I did read it actually. I remember it a little bit. So
nice. How did this hold up for you? I guess with that context.
I liked it. I didn't think there were a ton of crazy differences, but from what I remember, yeah, I mean, it was pretty consistent with what I remembered of the story. But I'm a huge fan of this movie. I thought it was fantastic. I love the color throughout the film. There were scenes that were so beautiful on the screen, and I really liked Anya Taylor-Joy, and I laughed every time they did a shot to her father. He was hysterical in it. And immaculately dressed.
Yeah,
dressed.
Bill Nighy, right?
Yeah. He looked great, didn't he?
Fresh off, he did.
Yeah.
In every shot. And of course, fresh off Detective Pikachu.
Oh God.
So, little bit of a interesting sort of step as spoiler, I guess, for Detective Pikachu, which honestly you'll probably know 10 minutes through. But he may or may not be a villain, and he puts himself in a Pokemon. So
puts himself into one.
Wow!
Yep,
hey,
that is not incorrect. Just so you know, I'm only saying truthful things. And yeah. Bill Nighy does not put himself into a Pokemon in this film. He actually puts himself into a Digimon. Just kidding. But Margot, what were some of your thoughts? Do you know anything about the source material or no?
No, I've never read Emma before. I just knew that it was Anya Taylor-Joy being a mean girl in Victorian England, and I was like, fuck yeah, that sounds amazing. So, and it was pretty amazing. So my expectations were satisfied. It had just enough gay subtext that I was happy with it. Could have been gayer,
100%.
obviously.
100.
We
Yes.
all know that Harriet and Emma were gay for each other. That's just a fact.
I wish that
know it to be true.
I wish that was included in every Rotten Tomatoes review. Was could have been gayer, adequately gay.
That's my review for every movie. It's it could have been gayer.
I think I went into this film thinking it was a lesbian film, because I don't know if y'all have seen the banner for Letterboxd for this film.
Yeah.
But Yeah, it's Emma staring at Harriet
Yeah.
eating a strawberry, and I'm like, oh, this is for sure like like she's staring so longingly.
Oh, that
Should've been.
subtext is in every adaptation, so don't you worry about it.
My
Oh,
review on
nice.
Letterboxd was like, Emma and Harriet are gay, send tweet, and then someone commented and said, we all know that Emma and Jane Fairfax were gay, let's be honest. And I was like, that is a hot take, but you're so right.
But I guess I'll go on thoughts here with a little bit of a wait. I wasn't too fond of Emma, and I guess this is where I should add in a little bit of context. We had a big like conference sort of thing that we did all last week, and literally once it was over, here was, because I saw Onward as well right after that. Both of these I saw. For Onward, I literally slept for like 4 hours after this conference, woke up, went with my friend to see Onward, and then went home and slept again because I was that like exhausted. And then I ended up, someone needed a ride to Amarillo, and I was like, oh, well, you know, who doesn't love road trips? But I didn't realize how much I was still exhausted. So with that context added, I think it is unfair to Emma that I was walking in very tired. But this film bored me so much. And I don't know if that's just because I was tired, just because I was expecting, I'm fresh off The Favorite, which is very much an anti period drama film, a period piece film, because Yorgos does his own thing there. And it really does something new with the medium. But yeah, just for whatever reason, it's a really well done film. I think if you like period dramas, this checks a lot of the boxes that would usually have me enjoy this more. I will say, to Todd's point, it is really surprisingly like funnier than I'd imagine. But I don't know, just for whatever reason, this didn't. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I fell asleep for 20 minutes of this movie. And I woke up. I'm trying to remember what was happening when I woke up. That might that might wait till spoilers. But I just remember, just part of the way through, I was like, for whatever reason, I do not care about these characters.
Oh no. Okay.
So that's where I'm at. Except for one. I guess I'll say that now. I liked George quite a bit.
Wait,
George.
who's George?
Who's George?
George Knightley, Mr. Knightley.
Mr. Knightley.
Oh, Mr.
Sorry,
Knightley.
I was just going by the name. It would be so funny if like I just made like I didn't even see the movie and I was like, George. No, but yeah, I thought all the performances were good, but his I guess dynamic or like evolution, I guess kept me involved. Even like Mia Goth and Anya Taylor-Joy are both good in the movie. They both like are serviceable. But I don't know what it was. I just wasn't entertained. And like there's period dramas that I do enjoy. But I'm starting to think maybe it's like, oh, hey, once I've seen one, I've sort of seen them all, and don't need to see more. And I could be completely wrong as I go further into period dramas, because us four were talking about this prior, what sort of constitutes as a period drama. Because obviously when Turtle is talking about period dramas, we're talking the Jane Austens, but even something. Yeah, but even something across the pond like Little Women is, a period drama, or something like Amadeus is a period drama. But I don't know. Oh, go for it, Todd.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I didn't love out of all Stanley Kubrick's films, I didn't love Barry Lyndon. That also is a period drama. So this may be more of a me thing than anything.
That hurt. Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I'm sorry.
For me, at least. No, that's just like one of my favorite films. Yep.
Oh no.
Oh, you got him good.
I
You
did.
got me
I did.
good. Hey.
Yeah. But I do
I'm
agree
hurting.
with all the praises y'all are saying. It looks great. The score is solid. The acting's nice. I was disinterested in the film, and there's a key point that I can mention in spoilers that like I realized I was like, oh wait, I don't care about this.
Well, hey,
yeah.
can I ask you, like, you kind of say like, well, yeah, it looks great and move on, but like I feel like a lot of people who like this movie are like, it looks great. And like that's kind of how they think about this movie is like there's just a lot of beautiful stuff to look at and like to soak up. Do you not enjoy kind of that sort of thing?
I wouldn't go that far necessarily.
Do you not enjoy aesthetics?
Do you not enjoy aesthetics?
I don't get too lost in these aesthetics. I don't know what the reasoning for that was. And then the only thing, because you're mentioning, I guess like I should get more into gripes. I didn't actually love the editing in the first act. But for whatever reason, when I woke back up, that was fixed. So that who knows? That may have been me, like my eyes blinking irregularly because I needed sleep. But I
I can't believe
This
you were
is
in
a
this
so-
review and you
This
fell
is-
asleep.
Yeah, this is a social experiment for sure. It's like how do you respond to a movie on no sleep that's based entirely on like quiet moments and like
exactly
long dramatic pauses?
I really, for whatever reason, I thought Emma was gonna be like the favorite, and I think that was unfair of me to.
No.
Yeah, I don't know why. I
like,
think it's just because the sort of lesbian undertones that I saw from the cover that we mentioned with like the letterbox cover thing, because that's the same cover for Fandango too, and that's twice have been spurned. I don't know if that's a word, but anyway, with Onward there was like this big there was this big fantasy shot they used, and like for the most part it never really gets to that point, and I was like, okay, well, like the movie's still good, but you tricked me with that one image.
I think like I think you came at this with like maybe not the right expectations. That's not what I'm trying to say. Like different expectations, because Jane Austen as a writer was kind of known for her satire on realism. She was very much grounded in the real, like whether or not you want to agree, because all of her real was like slightly rich people. But yeah, I don't think it was ever gonna be that kind of fantasticalness.
Sure, yeah, and I think part of that is I think the biggest thing is I don't know what it was. I know a lot of people are like, ugh, I eat the rich. And like some stories don't work because of that. I'm trying to remember one of my friends doesn't like Wolf of Wall Street because they're like, these are just rich, like billionaire pricks. And I'm like, yeah, but that's the point. And I'm sure if I said that to Turtle, I'm like, yeah, I just don't like, it's so annoying to see like rich people doing rich people things.
No.
And I'm sure Turtle would be like, that's the point. Yeah.
No, I agree. I agree. I think this is gonna go back to Jane Austen again, but that's
it always does.
I'm always gonna.
All roads lead to Jane Austen.
I like my frustration with her is that all of her writing is about slightly rich people, and like
I mean, you have to write to experience at that time at
Yeah.
some level, right? They didn't have Google.
For sure.
So
That's so true.
Jane Austen wasn't out here TikToking, looking at the rich people.
Right.
Yeah, when's Emma gonna do the Renegade? I want to see it.
You do have a point. Out of all the heroines, Emma's probably the richest one, and by that I mean like she is just the most comfortable and like like economically stable main character that she has.
Sure. Go for it, Todd.
I felt, I don't know, I felt the, satire of the rich there. Like, so yeah, I mean, to me, it's not the favorite level overtness and satire, you know what I mean? But the satire of the rich is there. I like the arc of the story. I mean, at the end, it is a movie where, like, you're rooting for rich people, yes, but like, but I think it gives enough to let you know that it's aware of that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. No, I definitely get that. I was just gonna throw out real quick. I actually wasn't even that big on 2011's Jane Eyre, the book and the movie both.
I don't want to talk to you right now.
No, I know. Well, I don't mean that like. I maybe like. Maybe in my older age, I'll learn to appreciate these.
No.
Fine pieces of work.
You don't have to.
And Turtle, unfortunately, was born a 60-year-old woman. So
no, stop. Shut up. Can I, at the end of the episode, can I have like a 5-minute plea on why I love this movie or like this story?
Do you mean Jane Eyre or
Emma?
Do you mean Jane Eyre or Emma?
Sorry.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I've been starved of this stage for a long time, and I've been waiting.
No, you're fine. The only thing I was gonna throw out is I do actually really enjoy Atonement. And I think what it comes down to is I feel like Atonement doesn't really concern itself with like the rich people storyline. Like that's definitely part of it. But it's also about like I don't know, it concerns itself more about like a relationship and sort of like, I don't know, these weird wrongs that happen throughout the film and what they do to change the course of time, like one specific event. And I think it does that in a rather interesting way. But that's period drama talk for you. But Turtle, give your call to arms for Emma.
No. Okay, like, does anyone else have anything to say about Emma?
Movie good.
Movie good.
Yeah. Todd, would you like to hit a rating?
Hit a rating?
I like what would you give this?
Hit a rating.
What would I give this?
That's the cool lingo the kids are saying, Todd. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm too old for this shit. So I guess I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. I love this film. So
nice.
Yeah.
Margot, what did you end up giving Emma? I also know because I looked at both of y'all's Letterboxd reviews while we were recording. But
I
Margot,
4 out of 5.
Nice. As Margot alluded to, movie good for Margot and Todd.
Movie good.
Man, I don't know what I'd give this out of 10. I haven't been rating things in my review recently. I'm gonna be honest. Just with this, okay, because here's the thing. Unfortunately, the way I should again contextually state this. Unfortunately, the way I do reviews, even if it was a bad experience, not on the movie's part, I still include that in my like score. So because of that, I am gonna go with a 4 out of 10. There's still parts of it that work really well. There's some moments that we can talk in spoilers that I actually did really like. There's stuff here that it works, like in fairness, and I don't know. It's the verdict's still out there if I like period dramas. But Turtle, blast up! Here you go, your moment to shine.
I'm ready. Okay. This is where I fuck it all up, but let me have a go. See, I really loved this movie because it is an Emma adaptation, and I just love the story of Emma so much. And here is why. I don't think there are many female characters or like women characters that are as interesting as Emma, as kind of thought out as Emma, because she is the most rich Jane Austen character. And also she happens to be the least likable one by design. She's just this portrait of a very particular kind of woman who is so incredibly rich that she doesn't have any of the kind of restrictions of her time. Like, she doesn't really have to marry. She doesn't, like, she is richer than most characters. She doesn't really have to be particularly nice because she is that rich, and the other characters kind of allude to it all the time. But because of that, she's just utterly spoiled and manipulative, and she's caring and well-meaning, but she is just horrid. And I just love the idea of her having this whole arc of she has a moment where she genuinely is like, oh, I'm a shit person. And she changes her ways through George Knightley, who is the kind of moralistic character of the story. But I kind like the story of Emma in this movie, I think works really well because I think there is literally it was such a good mystery because all of these characters are trying to figure out who likes who, and at the end of the day, in that time period, that is the biggest kind of high stakes question you could have at that time. Maybe
For
not
sure.
for Emma. I mean, like Amy from Little Women mentioned, like, it is important who she marries because at the end of the day, her property will go to that person. But it is almost life or death for someone like Harriet, who is going to live off of the person she marries. And Emma's playing very fast and loose with her life there. And I just love how Jane Austen's stories are about women of that period and often financial insecurity. And I've said my piece. Thank you very much.
What would you give it out of 10 to cap it off?
An 8, I think.
Nice. All right, you've heard Turtle's Cree of period drama. But with that said, that's going to do it for the review. I think we might do spoilers for this. It will probably be a smaller episode than we normally would, just because there's not that much to spoil. There were a couple things Turtle was talking about that I wanted to go into key moments. But if you guys want to check out other reviews, feel free to do so. Those are on screen right now, probably. And of course, if you've seen the film, stick around for spoilers. That's going to do it. Thank you, everyone. Bye.